All right. Huh.
Brothers, the time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward.
That was a wild camera angle, turning on its head. Like they're all fighting a opposite of what they think they are.
If you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified, and an endless era of peace begin. Vice and conflict shall cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering?
Truth. I don't care if truth is bitter. I'd rather have truth.
No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
Yeah, brought a book to a sword battle. Oh, he's right in. All right. Light bulbs. I just keep watching the monk because more than most of the other melee jobs, I guess ninja too, but like, well, a lot of the melee jobs, pretty much all of them, like, I'm super excited to play, but like monk, I think was one of those where when I was first playing the game, I was like, nah, that'll probably be like the last thing I try, and now like seeing the Endwalker version, it's probably like one of the ones I'm most hyped for out of the melee jobs. Host changes. This, this where we want to be. Nice. Oh, this is gonna be super fun on higher difficulties. Losing all their conjured armor. Yeah, I'm collecting that sword. Better believe it.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the eye's power combined, and still you stand.
Heidelin stands with me. Looks like truth matters, doesn't it? What's he envisioning?
Who? What are you?
Ah! There it is! There!
Yeah! Yeah! I'm glad he's gone.
I'm glad you did.
That guy was lost. Oh, and the sword's there. Pick it up. You know you want it.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that.
We did what we set out to do, Estinian. There you go, brah.
'Twould seem the eye has served you well.
Aye, it has. I just start nudging him like, one for each of us, 2 eyes, 2 of us.
It's torn. At
Long last.
all that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
But would that neuter all the dragoons? Oh, crap. Is this gonna take over him? He was barely fighting against one. Alas, in thine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. I knew he shouldn't have had 2. The keening of my fallen kindred, their smoldering desire for vengeance. Ooh, this is too tragic. I mean, he was right there. No. Begins anew.
Nidhogg, my child, what hath thy fury made of thee? Let us away, servant of Hydaelyn.
Okay. This is awkward. Sorry about your son.
Chief! Over there! Oi! Haha! God damn it, you always have to cut it so bloody close.
Like, hello! I bring horrible news! I mean, like, you wouldn't believe how bad it just got. They're all celebrating. I'm like, no!
It would seem she has done it again.
Ah, yes.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome and welcome back their champion.
Yeah.
Where is Estinian?
Someone took notice finally. I like I'm just not landing on the ship, like, we'll save that for later. Yeesh. Estinian was a good guy. Back in clean air.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan into himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Damn straight.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
Do they all hear that?
Whom do I have the pleasure?
Oh, nice, yes. This is good. Very good.
I am Midgard Sommer. I have journeyed with Hydaelyn's champion and observed her deeds in the conflict between man and dragon. Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
Mm-hmm.
My people have committed unspeakable atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot. Be that as it may, the future
Yeah,
yet
Emmerich
presents a
really
chance to begin anew.
Showing
A
us
nation
colors.
broken free of the shackles of a false faith
Every time I love him more and more.
shall lead his kindred against us no more. I doubt not that it will require much effort and perseverance, But 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember.
That's the hope.
words. Yet be warned, Nidhogg's soul liveth on. His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Astinian.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Yeah, he has both eyes again.
Come what may,
He's at full power.
I'll never cease to believe.
This is gonna be like the battle.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
1,000-year war cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
That's a really, really difficult part of war, because like so much gets lost. Where you see like, you know, friends or other people like falling, you know, like it'd be so easy for future generations to just fall right back into hatred towards the dragons. Even if they're like, hey, they're as intelligent as us, they're cool, you know, like it was our bad. Even if you like pass down that history, there's just going to be those people who are like, well, maybe we should wipe out all the dragons. I'm like, no. Oh wow, that was it. Dang. This is great though. Like we don't have the Archbishop anymore, so we got Emmerich. Like we actually have someone with sense in rule. Yeah, and he was even there like for the end of ARR, seeing that stuff go down in Ul'dah. So I mean, this guy's like really in the know.
That Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature. I do hereby declare
This is brilliant.
that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance. Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
Well, this is great. Like, if there was anything that would quell my concerns of the future hatred, it would be us all being in it together.
For the
So there we go.
For the future of Eorzea!
He's got the coolest weapon by far. How do you not love a blue mana blade? Posture check. Those four people wrote Shiva, or Hilda, Matoya. I guess it's like all parts, like character design,
Monument
I'm
to the
guessing
immortal soul.
voice. Ah, it's his.
From here,
It's his stone.
Chiffon can watch over all of Ishgard.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, we must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's
Yup.
right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions. Which means we're going to need money! And lots of it!
Oh my god. That didn't go the direction I thought it would, but still cool. She is... Was she like a crafter-gatherer? Oh, that's what the...
So ends a
It's for the various
glorious
languages.
chapter in
Okay.
that tale.
Each of the voice actors. That's nice.
However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After
Zephyrin.
1,000 years under the yoke of the church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there
I
to
still
guide
can't believe
the
Nidhogg.
people may hold
We just
fast
restarted. Got them all fresh and ready to go.
the hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard,
Hilda!
and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
Nice. Man, as if Astinian wasn't already legend enough. Ah. Is he on the moon?
Lahabrea and Igaeorm have fallen, bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth rejoining.
Oh yeah, La Habrea is
They
gone.
should be so complacent.
Now I'm all questions about the rejoining.
And now it falls
I guess it's
to
like,
me to deal with the consequences.
Their dark realm and the mortal realm becoming one again, which basically sounds like they just want to destroy the mortal realm.
Without intervention, the balance between light and darkness will begin to shift, placing our mission in jeopardy.
Is it currently balanced,
Heidelin's
or
champion has grown too strong. Her might encroaches upon the realm of gods.
is it coming into balance?
Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray,
Who dis?
warrior of darkness.
What? What? So they got their champion. Nice lens effect.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland.
Oh. Called out. He just wants to tinker and get back to his inventions. We're here. Oh, it's big. About to say, what juicy little morsels popping up here, but this thing is huge. It's like a city coming up. Pacific Rim in my Final Fantasy game?
Of all the things they could have picked to play with, that's not a toy, you bloody
That's a
fools,
primal?
it's a primal.
Oh god. Oh god. Where do you even start? Where is the head? This looks really fun, yeah. Spires of deception crumble to dust to lay bare truths long concealed. Beyond simmering shadow lieth shimmering light. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. A change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval, with hard work, peace, and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Galamod have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea. We shall be forced to contend with them ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. There is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Yeah, if we could get Estinian back, I would love that. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. I'm not getting my hopes up, though. Every time I do, they smack them down. They're like, oh, you've developed feels?
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Privacy? I've never heard it pronounced that way. Yeah.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
The seat of the Archbishop lies vacant, and so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities.
Yes.
I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite.
Makes sense.
The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop.
Oh my god. Really? Oh. Hopefully that wasn't nothing.
I didn't expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Yeah.
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not wear
I like he's going
trust and hope to be believed.
way more towards truth than the last Archbishop. Hopefully he sets a good precedent for the next one,
I only wish the people
in the very least.
that some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both.
Oh no.
Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom.
Oh crap, Tataru's
Hilda
there.
and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order.
Good job,
Such
Hilda.
measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
Yeah, it was a good idea of hers to stay back. Seems like she's been having her hands full.
People remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
He wants to end this soon.
Sir Emmerich, but what precisely would you have us do?
Yeah.
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine.
Oh.
To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Lucia.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard.
Alright.
Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Hopefully Lucia doesn't become Ysael 2.0. We'll do it! Yeah.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard
Ooh, OST.
the faith of her people shaken to its very core.
Give that a look-see.
For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers?
That's always natural. It's to be expected. People just like, no, it must be lies. It has to be lies.
Tomorrow. A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength.
Building an army.
Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon. Prizes to
He's just having a nap. Still can't believe we just totally reset.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Someone needs to give him tummy rubs. Make him not so angry. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this FFXIV. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins at the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Nekugu and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Yeah, she looks kind of like a Lara Croft. I guess it's skirt. Let us go. Just tell her all about the secret meeting right in the open. A diplomatic mission to annex Twine, you say? She goes yelling it out across the bar. Well, I suppose that does take precedence. Should your meeting with Vidinur happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Nekugu, for we have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Dude, it was your idea to say goodbye. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather and Dravanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am ready to treat you with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Ysael to our cause. Questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands. Men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her undying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, hope one day she'll be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. True. You ask much, Master Alphinaud. Yet who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on to FFXIV, if you will follow me. Oh yeah. This one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit. Present to you the Sia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and trusted friend. I'll listen to more of that in a bit. That's getting me too hyped. It's an honor to meet you. And come of an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth, that King Thorin and his knights did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratursky, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Ysael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. Yeah, they do. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within her grasp? Yet dream we must, as Ysayle once did, and we must make the dream a reality as she could not. We humbly beseech you, join hands with us in friendship once more before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. Most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight, however I cannot yet give mine answer. May I ask why? Well, Nidhogg's kind of got sway. This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nog grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. And we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on the peace for want of patience. Ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have my answer within thine lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith until we meet again. Alright, there's a glimmer of hope. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. Dragoons is what I wanted to say. Dragons. Ah, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Yes. And I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one with which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphenod. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Yup. Please no 1,000 chain message quest. It's eager to set up for Charlian. Alright. So. Hey, she's back. Would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. Can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire. Alright. Going to Idleshire. God, I love that you can just teleport everywhere. Never gets old for me. Ah, Nekogood, it's good to see you. Confess I had assumed your business in Annex Twine would deter you longer. Did you meet with Vendigo well? It's on the table. As well as can be respected, she must discuss Sir Emmerich's proposal with Helsvega, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way to the Front Bridge. What is going on here?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize.
Had some good work on that voice acting there. Useless.
Pray, allow me to introduce Kyle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
She was looking for excuses.
You must be the warrior of light.
Yes.
Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieur himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Can't get over that voice.
We, Miss Kryl and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
Makes me wish the, oh, I don't even remember her name now. It's my home city, Gridania. I can't remember the name of, like, the leader there. I almost feel like this would be the voice I would imagine for her.
Ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies.
Oh, of course they're prodigies. They've been probably trained since they were 4 or 5, and why is that smile so creepy?
Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high.
Please, personal space. No.
Thank you, Kryl.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Yeah. You gotta make it less obvious, bruh.
I should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
For a more fitting occasion, like when everyone's drunk and can forget about it.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
I don't fully understand, but he's getting the right proper ribbon.
Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Hey, cool. Just like before. Like a ley line.
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.